Greg, we got the red light.
We do. We can
We're
talk
cleared.
now.
We're cleared for takeoff. It's time to pick this Penn State Nebraska game on Senior Day.
Yep.
4 o'clock kick. The last time Penn State and Nebraska played was on Senior Day in 2013, and actually Nebraska won that game, I believe, in overtime.
Correct.
So it's been a while.
Yep.
There have been some great games in this series, specifically in the late 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what's going to happen this Saturday is going to qualify as great.
I would think probably not.
It is expected to be lopsided. Nebraska is really, really not competitive in the Big Ten. I think they're going to make a coaching change soon after the season. Mike Riley's going to be out.
He's going to stay in State College, I think. I mean, not to be Penn State's coach, just that they're not going to take him home with him.
They're 4-6. Last week, I'm sure as Audrey Snyder will note,
Right.
Minnesota ran for 409 yards.
Sure did.
On Nebraska, and they just thrashed them.
Yeah.
As we talk about the game now, the line is 26. Penn State's a 26-point favorite, and it's 57 is the total.
Yeah.
So what do you got for me?
Well, I wanted to pick. So last week I picked 48-0 Penn State, and I did not account for the early kickoff shenanigans, nor did I account for Penn State's offense to struggle so much against Rutgers. So I've done what I shouldn't do, and I've gone the other way a tiny bit. I'm still predicting a blowout, but I'm not predicting as many Penn State points, which all but guarantees that Penn State will figure it out on offense and put up the points. So
I hope the listeners are gonna pick up on this and bet on a blowout. Pickel just guaranteed it.
I did. So 38-7 Penn State is what I got. I don't know if now that Nebraska has the quarterback issue, Tanner Lee's, and concussion.
Correct.
Do they call it concussion protocol in college, or is that just an NFL phrase?
Well, it said concussion protocol, and then Mike Riley said he had a migraine.
Right.
So I'm like,
which is it?
That's not the same thing, man.
No.
And so I think Patrick O'Brien's the backup. He just played in mop-up duty.
Yep.
I don't know that it's going to matter, but you say 38-7.
Yes.
I know this. I made like 4 predictions last week, and I whiffed on 3 of them. So I'm just going to.
So you're ready to come back.
I'm going to stick to the basics, but I did have Rutgers covering, Penn State winning. I do think it will be a little bit more points for Penn State. 52-3. I think Nebraska is in that bad of a state, but I think most of the points are probably going to come via the passing game. I don't know that Penn State can solve their run game issues, and I don't know that the offensive line is going to suddenly get physical this week. I don't know if Ryan Bates is going to play. I have a feeling he's probably getting close, judging by how he moved around in warm-ups before the Rutgers game. He wasn't in uniform, hasn't played since the Ohio State game. They obviously miss him. 52-3, Senior Day. I really hope, even though it's Senior Day, I really hope that Penn State can find it in its heart to get Tommy Stevens a little playing time.
Absolutely.
The poor kid, 3 decoy snaps and then 2 kneel downs against Rutgers. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. They need to get him in the game in the fourth quarter. I can't see Penn State being in the game, in a tight game in the fourth quarter. I know Rutgers slowed them down, but you just wonder where Nebraska's head's at right now. Watching the highlights in that Minnesota game, they just ran some simple plays and they were powerless to stop it. I think Trace and Saquon are gonna find the end zone, but Saquon needs 101 yards for 1,000.
Yeah,
and I hope we're still not talking about his quest for 1,000 next week, or it's gonna get ugly. I think so. 38-7.
Yep.
52 I find it interesting that I have Penn State winning by 49, but the under hitting somehow.
Yeah, I like it.
At 57, I have 55 total points. It's a high degree of difficulty, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how it turns out, and
all right, we will now look at picks from the rest of our team.